The great hall was the center of social life in the castle. The lord took his meals here, at the high table at the far end. His subjects and guests ate on the tables below him. The more important you were, the closer you sat to the high table, or dais. Banquets, feasts, and celebrations all took place here. This room was the largest, the richest, and the most decorated in the entire castle. What you see here is a reconstruction in more ways than one. The fact is that nobody really knows what 14th century interiors look like. None have survived intact, and there are no reliable contemporary paintings. We have some archaeological evidence that the walls were painted with tiled designs, as you see here, and we know the tapestries were usually hung. So this room is our best interpretation of what a great hall was probably like. There was no silverware in medieval times. Guests provided their own knives and ate with their fingers. Although the Great Hall was a festive place, murder was not unknown here. In fact, the tradition of seating the guest of honor to the host's right originally came from the idea that it was more difficult, if you were right-handed, to stab someone on your right than on your left. Therefore, to be seated on the right was to be seated in relative safety, and hence it was a place of honor. This hall is a reconstruction in another way, too. It's more the dimensions and appearance of an English Great Hall, rather than a French one. The Great Halls of the Dordogne region were in fact quite small. We've taken the liberty here because this was an English-held castle. At the far end of the room you see a balcony, which was where musicians played. You might want to go up there and have a look. This hall is not as richly decorated as a king's would have been, with gilded paint on the walls and gold-threaded tapestries. This is the great hall of a provincial noble, which is down a notch or two in splendor. We've indicated that good food was served here and plenty of it. We know the medieval nobility had much better diets than ordinary people. There's some suggestion that the nobles were bigger and taller because of this. That may be true. We know from modern data that changing diet can change average population height and weight in a single generation, as has happened, for example, in Japan. The main meal in medieval times was served at midday, sometime between 10 a.m. and noon. This was when the noble family ate with its knights and retainers. It's also when the peasants in the field ate their largest meal. Well done. That sounds like the start of the tournament. If you want to see it, we'll have to get you some more suitable clothes. Let's go to the Lord's apartments and see what we can find.